So today we'll be discussing what sustainability is. First of all, what is sustainability? According to Google, sustainability is being able to maintain a lifestyle that can also be maintained for multiple generations without using too many natural resources. Next, we interviewed an Amador teacher to see what they think sustainability is and how they usually help.
Hi, I'm Mrs. White. Mrs. White, would you like to introduce yourself?
Hi, my name's Maria White. I go by Mrs. White, and I'm an Amador teacher teaching biology.
Okay, and I have a couple questions for you. My first one is, what do you think being sustainable is?
Sustainable means doing and living a life that allows for our planet to hit the highest level of its carrying capacity. So essentially doing things and living that life to allow for all other humans to continue living on multiple generations after you're gone.
And what do you think we could do as a community, as a school, as Pleasanton altogether to be sustainable?
I think a lot of it starts with just the basic habits that we have at home. Number one is things like reusable cups, not using a ton of plastic, reusable bags. Things like that can really just have such a small impact at first glance, but they do add up quite a bit. And then on a more global level, I think we'd have to look at more about how our society is structured. And unfortunately, many of the different infrastructures that are in place don't promote sustainability. And so that would imply that we'd have to do things like not continue to build, for example, farther and farther away from sources of water or food, which would then have communities relying on extra transportation to get that in there. So there's a lot of bigger steps that I don't think we can necessarily take, but on a smaller level, local eating, local gardens, local shopping would be a huge, perfect first step that many can take and are starting to take.
And by the looks of it, you seem pretty sustainable, but what are the simple things you like to do to be a little bit more sustainable?
Yeah, so I really try to buy local. It's a little bit difficult right now during our pandemic, but normally we would be shopping within our farmers market, which makes such a, I think, huge difference. For me, I think the food actually tastes way better. But on top of that, simple things like I only use reusable cups. We also really try to live the full extent of whatever product we get to its life capacity. So for example, I'm not somebody who will throw something away if it gets a hole or it gets broken. We fix things, we reuse them until it literally is on its last thread and we can't. So for me, I don't prioritize, for example, style over function. I am happy to have something that might be old and outdated, but it still works properly. And I think that for me also is just part of the way that I was raised with my immigrant parents' Greek mentality. You just kind of use it until you can't use it. And that actually kind of built into that, the lifestyle that we try to have now. So we try our best, but nobody is perfect either. And I know I have definitely a long way to go to really get to where I probably should be.
That was all. Thank you very much.
Here are a few tips and tricks that can help you become more sustainable.
Walking or biking short distances if you can instead of using a car. Stop using or use less plastic straws and try to use metal or bamboo straws if you can. Using less or no plastic water bottles, but of course, if you do use plastic water bottles, remember to recycle. Now, those are just a few ways that we were being sustainable this week, such as using the reusable water bottles, but those are pretty popular ones. But let's go see on how much that can save money and reduce plastics that can harm the environment. On average, a person can save about $200 a year by using reusable water bottles instead of plastic water bottles. For example, I drink about 50 ounces of water a day. Over a week, that's 350 ounces of water, which is 21 16-ounce plastic water bottles. That right there, I saved $10 this week, and I reduced the amount of plastic I used. Thank you so much for watching. Please check out our other local leader YouTube videos and subscribe. Bye!